All right, all right. New personal best, 16:21. I'm quite happy with this time, but I'm going to start this off not talking about the actual run. First off, if I sound like I'm really hesitating or speaking weird, it's because I'm on Premiere Pro now. I'm using my school account that just gives you every Adobe program, basically. So I get this for another 2.5 years, which is dope. But I'm recording a voiceover and I hear my own voice talk, which is kind of cool and is probably good for some recording situations. I know people do that on podcasts, but it's also making me really stop after each word, sentence. I don't know. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it'll turn out that I sound way better on this recording now. But yeah, a little bit of context. Also, but because I'm on Premiere, it means that I can edit this video better. I was yapping so much during this recording. It was the one time that I had my mic on, and it just happened to be my PE. But that's why there's not a lot of game sound. And if you hear any grunts or groans that don't sound very clear, that's probably that. So yeah, I've been on a bit of a not a health kick. I don't want to call it that. I just think, well, I'll just start off with this. I got this Instagram ad for a health tracker thing called Bevel. And I'm shouting it out because it seems totally awesome right now. I've used some health tracking apps more in the past. Before I started climbing and when I was just going to the gym, I had one that was mainly for lifting, but it also had macro tracking stuff if you paid. And it seems like from my day or two of using Bevel, it just combines basically every health tracking app into one thing. It's totally great. I would recommend it. And it's free and you get basically everything. It's everything that I want. And after I saw that and I got the app, I was like, oh right, I actually have an Apple Watch. But it also works with a bunch of other health wearables, which is dope. So I decided to start wearing that again. And I've been scanning all my food with this thing and really seeing their estimated macros on stuff that you eat and showing visually how much you should be eating and what goes into one meal really kind of puts into perspective the quality of what you're eating. And I feel like I should probably eating healthier in general is always just a good goal to have. So it's probably good. And also I want to continue to perform well in climbing and taekwondo and the rest of my life. So it seems like a good idea. I have also more of a mental side. I started journaling a bit, kind of the beginning of last week. And I stopped for a while. And I don't really have a good reason. I don't have an excuse or anything. But I'm gonna start again today. I mean, I missed 3 days. It's not that big of a deal. But it's better to be consistent. I started because of actually another Instagram video. And it just kind of inspired me. I mean, I used to write more of a diary thing, and that was writing down what I did every day. I did that for a while, and it was okay. But, I stopped because, you know, I have people in my life that I can tell that to. And it doesn't really bring benefit to me to just write down what I already know happened in the day. So when I'm running it back this time, I decided that I wanted to be like deeper and more introspective. And so I'm kind of almost actively avoiding talking about what I did today, unless it like inspired what I want to write about. I usually put like one sentence at the start of the entry, and then I just write about what's on my mind or some other big idea that I feel like is important and I want to put my thoughts down about. And I've noticed that just writing it kind of helps you solidify your belief. Like, there's been some things that I feel like I'm on the fence about, or just uncertain of what my feelings are. But having to write it down, like, forces you to really think. And I think it's been very helpful for figuring out some more complex issues. Another difference from the first time that I'm doing now is I'm getting rid of the limit that I put on myself before of like 1 page a day. I don't really know why I did that before. It was kind of stupid. And instead, what I'm trying to do is just like completely exhaust my mental reserves. So I'm just writing until I feel like I have nothing else to say about it. And sometimes it's kind of short, but it's usually still over a page. And I feel like if you try and limit your thoughts about it, then you just won't ever reach the resolution that you want. Wow. We're like halfway through the run now, so I'm going to switch to talking about speedrunning. I probably could keep going on about this, but the speedrunning part is also important. So this is great pace. I mean, obviously this is PB run, but I got sub 7.4, which is a nice goal. I've been a little bit distracted from speedrunning by playing Counter-Strike. But, I mean, I hit this run yesterday, so clearly I'm still doing alright. My goal is a sub 15. I think I've established that on the channel. But also, I do want to rank up. You know, getting gold would be almost equally as awesome. And originally my grind was to try and beat Ludwig to gold. But, you know, he's a full-time streamer. I think he's like gold 2 now. Like, I don't care about him anymore. But I think there are benefits to still caring about the rank over the time. I have switched my mindset. You can see I have no rank overlay or heads-up display or anything like that. That even, like, this could be RSG. The only evidence is the start and the end of the game. And not knowing where my opponent is just forces me to focus on my gameplay, and it's totally helped. But that doesn't mean that I don't care about the rank. And I think playing to rank up means playing more consistently. And to play more consistently, I don't think it necessarily means I should go for safer strategies that would be slower. I think what I should do is just practice the faster things so that they are safe. And also not go for like crazy variance plays or something like that. I don't have an awesome example in this run, but later in the end fight, you'll see that I just like my aim with the crossbow is pretty bad. It's not as bad as it has ever been, but you know, if I practice shooting down the end crystals and excuse me, and getting the end fight faster, it'll be more consistent and just better in general. Something else besides consistency, actually, before we move on, I haven't fully established what I want to do exactly to be more consistent. I think I need to look over more of my footage. But right now, I'm cutting down a lot of footage that I have that you will see some of, like minute long clips of, for my sub 15 video. And I think looking over that, like already I have seen blatant mistakes that it would be pretty easy to fix, but also pretty influential. But one thing is just trying to be fast. And obviously it's a speed run. You know, the goal is to beat the game fast. And I did. I mean, this is the fastest that I've ever done it. Also, this piglin was crazy. This could have been like 30 seconds faster if there weren't piglins here. Hoglins, not piglins.
Are you kidding me?
But I feel like sometimes when I'm trying a strategy or something that I haven't practiced as much, obviously I do it slower so that I don't mess it up, because getting punished could be that like the run is dead. But there are some things, like building this portal, I'm not really trying to go fast. Like,
If this doesn't hit,
there's a point at the end of the run, I'm boxing up after I've killed the dragon, and like I swap to my block super fast, I build up super fast because I don't want to get killed by an enderman. And I feel like that kind of hustle, like this, I'm trying to confirm the spike, but I already saw it, and I saw it twice, and I try and keep replicating it. There's no point. I should just send it. This was a bit of a different misplay. I mean, I think this is worth checking, because if it's ocean exposed, that's way faster. But at the same time, you know, the main area that I think you see me not hustling exactly is my crafting.
okay, yeah, it's definitely.
I just feel like, or like this, like, I don't need that bread,
It's this way.
and it takes me a long time to get it.
It's probably through here.
It might not be that big of a thing. Maybe it's smaller than I'm thinking it is.
Okay.
But I also feel like
No,
it probably, in one instance, one split, maybe it saves like 5 seconds or something.
ranked? I don't know, man.
But it's also, I mean, for example, crafting. It's also more prevalent in some splits than others. And I think that it would add up to probably like a minute or something. I mean, if you watch top level bastion routes, something like that, most of the
Oh no, it's
time saves that they have over what like a high level intermediate route is doing, like diamond compared to emerald, it's just a bunch of micro, like the small things. It doesn't seem like a big time save in general if you just look at it independently, but I think it adds up. Yeah, I think I only got like 4 crystals here, and The dragon still purges relatively fast, but I also should have pearled before he hit me. Well, I think I'm going to practice in general, I'm going to practice my post-fortress split. I think, if sub 7 fort is my goal for the first half, which I think is pretty doable, like to get under 15 minutes, the second half would have to be under 8, which I also think is pretty doable.
Man, come on.
And there shouldn't be that much variance. Like, even if I have a really long
chopped that
blind.
thing up, but, like,
I mean, if you look at,
honestly,
like, I don't
think
know,
my,
Feinberg, he could have a 2,000 block blind, but his post blind is still, like, 3 minutes or something, so clearly that's not the limitation. Hopefully I get that sub 15 soon. I'm aching to make this video. I hope Luke watches this video. And if Ethan watches this video, hi Ethan. One more little message for Ethan specifically. If these videos aren't your style, I have a more entertaining one that isn't just me talking for 15 minutes. So don't write me off just yet.